Alright, so today I'm back with another Blue Lock leak video, and today we will go over the leaks for chapter 285. Anyway, the leaks for this chapter were actually pretty wild as we finally got confirmation that Kaiser and Isagi will team up with each other, which is just crazy, as this was something unthinkable at the start of the match. However, we also get to know the true reason behind the Neo-Egoist League, which Noah reveals, but I don't want to say too much, so you will just have to sit back and watch to find out what happens. Anyway, before jumping into it, please leave a like and a comment as well as join the Discord server down in the comments. With that out of the way, let's get into it. Alright, so to start off chapter 285, we see that the text says, a sudden proposal of cooperation, the future Isagi's leading conflicted Kaiser into. Yeah, it ends in a pretty weird way anyway. We get right into a stare down between both Isagi and Kaiser, who are looking at each other furiously, like they for real look like they are about to throw hands. Anyway, Kaiser breaks the tension and says, a team up with a surprising tone. He follows up by asking Isagi if he has gone mad and asks him if his plan wasn't to kill Kaiser. Their standoff continues as both of them are looking extremely cold, like I can't wait till I can show you guys these amazing panels. Anyway, Isagi tells Kaiser that it doesn't matter, telling him that Kaiser also sees it and that they can't win against geniuses like that. Isagi then looks over at Rin and tells Kaiser that right now, Rin can't be stopped by a single person, and with the next goal, it's game over. He continues and says that they can't predict what unimaginable play he's going to do next. They can only stop him if they work together and start to combine their high level of logic. Both of them look at each other and steam comes from their mouths. However, Isagi follows up by telling Kaiser that they can prove that a talented learner can beat a genius. Kaiser, who's still not really sold on the idea, asks Isagi if this is truly the reason for a team up. Isagi just says yeah, and that right now, instead of being consumed by his personal feelings, he wants to work together with Kaiser to show this world proof. Isagi then gets a super ominous and intense feeling as he says that this sensation of throwing feelings away for victory, using all his specs as a tool, he wants to dive into that part of himself. Kaiser gets a surprised facial expression as he hears this and just thinks about how much of a madman Isagi is. Kaiser then continues with his thoughts and wonders if Isagi has completely lost it before he says no, and that this could be his truest ego, which would just be wild. Anyway, Kaiser finally speaks up and laughs a bit before asking Isagi if they are going to team up and win, who will score the last goal. Isagi wasn't caught off guard by this question, as he already had a perfect answer to back it up. However, he looked like he'd had something as his face was questionable. He tells Kaiser that they should both go for it equally, and the most logical outcome for the phenomenon of winning. But we both know that if it comes down to it, our boy Isagi isn't going to pass anyone. Anyway, Kaiser isn't fully sure and asks what Isagi means. Isagi then tells Kaiser about luck and says that after the best pass crafted by logic, the person having the last ball is going to score. Kaiser finally gets it into his small brain and says that he sees. However, this all sounds a bit too good to be true. He thinks and asks Isagi if his personal feelings aren't going to be in the way here. Isagi says yeah, but that it's a condition that both of them have to follow. After that, it looks like Isagi is slowly starting to dissolve and goes into his god mode, which I call it. As he's starting to dissolve, he tells Kaiser that from now on, both of them have to throw away their selves on the field and become the best machine for winning, telling him that this is the only way for trained learners to be able to win against these mighty geniuses. Kaiser's face just becomes blank as Isagi says this, as he is in total awe. However, he goes into his edgy state as he takes his hand before his eyes and tells Isagi that he hates him as much as ever. However, if it's a job like that, then he can definitely think about it. Isagi then points to his chest and tells Kaiser that he still wants to kill him and that this is just a dry contract to get what they both want. Telling Kaiser that he wants to surpass Rin right and also destroy Noah on the way, Kaiser is still pulling another edgy face, which I, unfortunately, cannot show here. He says that their objectives are the same. After that, we get one of the greatest panels in all of the series as they start to walk and make a super cool high five with each other, which was unimaginable at the start of this game. Anyway, as they do that, they are both in sync and say that this is a deal with the devil for this one goal, and of course, to defeat the geniuses. After that, the commentators are back in action as they say that now the Neo-Egoist League has reached its climax. The final battle to decide the winner is here. Both teams choose their player to enter in place of the Masters, and the one going in for Bastard Munchen and replacing Noah isn't Corona unfortunately, but the dark horse Kunigami, who probably will have some impact in this game. And Shiguma goes in for P.X.G, but no one cares about him. After that, Hiyori spotted Isagi and Kaiser talking and just said their names, looking in total shock, and the rat thought that he was allowed to speak as he said, "Let's go," but I prefer him to be silent as a mouse if I'm going to be honest. After that, we switch teams and see some of the P.X.G's comments as Tokimitsu just laughs. However, he laughs in a very scared tone. Zantetsu says that he can still run, and Nanase just tells himself to survive. Charles then comes in and tells them to let go and to fight for the last goal. Shido says that he will be the one who closes this final, and then we have Rin, who says that he's going to destroy everything. After that, we get over to the Masters, who both are pulling some really funny faces, as both of them got owned by Isagi in the last chapter. Loki tells Noah to educate Isagi to not talk like that, telling him that it's his job. Noah just says that it isn't like Isagi was wrong in what he was saying. Loki, who's a little brat, just says what, and asks if Noah also means the thing about Loki losing. However, Noah says no, and that the score isn't settled yet. However, he says that they might have opened the door of Isagi Yoichi's ego. Loki then just makes Noah feel dumb as he says that Noah wanted to use him, but got used in the end. Noah actually agrees with this, and says that this neo-egoist league wasn't just for money, as even their egos, desiring rivals, got involved. After that, we see the goat sitting comfortably in his chair as Noah continues and says that this was all a research facility for Jinpachi Ego to evolve Blue Lock at an incredible speed, and that they just followed through with his gamble. Ego then does his signature move by pulling up his glasses with his finger, and says that Noah realized it too late and mocked them by saying geniuses. Ego actually looks so cold as he then starts to smile as he watches the monitors and says that he wants the intense drug that is the real of those possessing the strongest egos in the world. We then have a small panel of Henri, who just looks at Ego and wonders if he has fully lost it now. But further, Ego continues and says that whether they can withstand it was a gamble, but Rin Itoshi and Yoichi Isagi managed to survive and obtain new mindsets and techniques in this mad environment, saying that now the seeds of this evolution need to prove their originality can change the world. The match restarts, and we get an amazing panel with Rin starting with the ball, but also Kaiser and Isagi running side by side with each other, as Isagi has his puzzle pieces around him, while Kaiser has his flower things. Ego then ends it off by saying that now, towards the birth of neo-egoists, and to end we get a last panel with once again Kaiser, Rin, and Isagi, but all of them have burning eyes as they are headed to the goal to be the ones to win this game. The text at the bottom says, Isagi and Kaiser attack Rin, and unforeseen interlocking turns the tide of battle. Also, the title for the next chapter is going to be New Era, which I guess just means that this is the new era of football, as Ego said that both Rin and Isagi had evolved during this neo-egoist league. Also, there is no break next week, which always makes me extremely happy as the story is totally insane right now. However, I'm going to be honest, but I'm super late on a school assignment, so I don't have time to discuss my thoughts as I wanted to get this video out as fast as I could for you guys. However, if you want to discuss it, then please join the Discord and I can assure you that I will go more in-depth in my real chapter review video. Anyway, if you like Blue Lock and videos like this, then I would highly suggest you subscribe to this channel, and while you are at it, leave a comment and a like, as it helps out with the algorithm a ton. And if you are curious to see another video of mine, then please watch the video that will be popping up on the screen now. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.